Hi, this is Chavi Rappaport. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining Torah Wisdom to Go. Our talk today, conflict resolution. What a hot topic. Aren't we all dealing with this in one way or another? Parents and kids, siblings amongst themselves, employers, employee, husband and wife, teacher, student, teenagers among pairs. How do we face a situation when we need to tell someone off? Or better yet, criticize someone? Which is more difficult? To criticize or be criticized? That's a tough question. Think about it. What might be going through the mind of someone who needs to tell someone off? Or better yet, criticize them? Will they be mad at me? Will he, she just turn the table around and throw it right back at me? Will they even hear me? Should I bother? Forget about it. I'll just be quiet, right? Does anyone like being criticized? If you said yes, wow. Most people really don't. Why? It's pretty simple. Because that means I have really fallen short. I did not show up the way I am meant to. I was insensitive, I was incompetent. That makes me feel really small. And it's a real blow to my ego, especially since someone else is pointing it out to me. So, do we confront? And how do we? Guess what? There's actually a commandment in the Torah. Hocheach tochiach et amitecha. You are required to admonish a friend when the situation warrants. How do we do that? So of course, we're going to look right into the Torah, this week's Torah portion, Parshat Devarim, and the Torah will give us very conclusive directives. It begins with the words, Eila ha-devarim asher diber Moshe. These are the very words that Moshe spoke to the Jewish nation, and goes on to discuss their travels, where he spoke to them. And if we take a close look, the names of those places are not mentioned anywhere in the scriptures. For example, he talks about a place called Tophel v'Lavan. The Jews were never there. There's no such place. Rather, it means Tophel v'Lavan. They complained about the white. The Jewish people complained really strongly. We are sick and tired of this white food that comes down every single day. Or V'di hazahav, the abundance of gold. Which place is called the abundance of gold? There is no such place. The Jews were never there. Rather, it's alluding to a sin that was committed there when they served the golden idol, the golden calf, which they fashioned with their gold. Now, Moshe, has been traveling with the Jewish people, has been their leader for 40 years, and they have attacked and challenged and doubted him over and over and over again. And what's been his reaction? Mum, until now, right before his passing, is when he chooses to rebuke the Jewish people. He waits until now. What's the point? Shouldn't he have addressed it then, when it was happening? That's a good question. And what else? When Moshe chastises the Jewish people, he chooses names of places, situations where they were wrong, rebellious. But he includes a justification. So when he talks about their journey and what they did wrong in the desert, he mentions the desert. What was the ill? The Jewish people clamored, "Why did you bring us here, to kill us here? You should have killed us in Egypt. There's no water. We're going to die." But And clothed in that is a justification. Oh, you were in a desert. How difficult that must have been for you. Parched, snakes, scorpions, terrifying. And that's why you lashed out the way you did. Or V'di Zahav. You had so much gold with you, and it lent itself to you fashioning that golden calf. So, a coach is someone who can give correction without causing resentment. And we learn 3 beautiful lessons from Moshe. Moshe waited till now because he knew when the Jews were entrenched in their anger and so self-absorbed and self-righteous, they couldn't hear him. They couldn't hear any rebuke. And more than that, he was in a situation where they were pointing a finger at him and doubting whether he was really going to take care of them, and he really cared. So Moshe waited. The Jewish people saw the miracles he brought for them. How many times he intervened, he prayed on their behalf when God wanted to punish them for their wrongdoings. And especially climaxing with the fact that he killed the big, fearsome giant oak. Now the Jewish people saw Moses is our leader and he loves us. He has our back. And he knew this was the time that he could admonish them for their wrongdoings. Now they could hear him. Now they would feel the love and know it's for their benefit, so they can mend their ways, their attitudes for the future. That's one. We need to tell someone off. Check first. Am I in a relationship with that person? Will that person genuinely feel that I'm there for them? 2. Moshe was subtle about his rebuke. He kind of hinted to it in the name of the place. Never, let's not attack anybody. What happens when we attack? When we're attacked? We attack back. That really doesn't get anyone anywhere. Be a little subtle. And 3, provide a justification. You're not usually like this. Maybe you overlooked something, you were overwhelmed, you were exhausted. Doesn't that help a person save face and make it easier to hear difficult words? So let's remember our takeaway: hide the rebuke and reveal the love. Let's try it and see how it goes. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and remember, it's talking personally to me, and the Torah is talking to you.